Welcome everyone to the Porsche Anthology. So not only were 21 new cars added to the game and along with a new track, but this whole new campaign was added as well. And as you can see, it's also got its own tab, and you can go into the Porsche Anthology itself and go back in over races that you will have done when you go through the main campaign. The showcase events, its own multiplayer, rivals and leagues as well. So all of that was added in the new expansion. So let's begin the campaign. No idea what to expect from this, apart from the fact that we most likely will go through all the different cars. So from the 50s right through to 2015. It's even got its own loading screen, so that shows that they're trying with something new. I'm glad they've done this though, because it adds more to the single player game, and also lets us race these Porsches in a race environment without normal people to go up against. Because I don't know how popular this expansion has been among people. Here we go.
Porsche is the heart in the pursuit of perfection. Ask any owner. There's just something that draws you in. Something that makes the simple act of driving magical. What makes a Porsche special lies outside the numbers, in the things you cannot see or touch. Is it the 28,000 race wins over 60 years? Is it the timeless shape, the balance? Is it the details that go into every technology, the power, and the materials that make each Porsche more than just the sum of its parts? This is an evolution. Every single car informs the next. They all move Porsche ever forward. You're invited to take a journey through the legacy and future of Porsche, to experience the most successful race car manufacturer in history, and understand what it means to be the benchmark of high-performance automobiles. Here you'll be racing the 918 Spider, Porsche's top-of-the-line hybrid supercar. This limited edition model utilizes a potent V8 engine with electric motors to produce nearly 900 horsepower, a combination that has been breaking track records around the world.
Right, so they've clearly put a lot of effort into this then, with new cutscenes, etc. And I have to say myself, I have really come around to Porsche with this expansion.
Before your first race, feel free to modify your assists or difficulty settings and equip some mods.
I'm alright. So yeah, like I was saying, I've come round to Porsche a lot with this expansion. I did like a few cars originally from previous Forza games, but on this one they've really started to weed their way into my conscious about how much I like driving them. I really haven't driven much else, to be honest, ever since it came out. Because I do like driving cars stock a lot, I've been doing that as well, especially with the cars that have been new to the series overall, not just to the game. I have a bit of a soft spot for the slower cars in stock form, though I sure as hell don't mind something like this, not when it sounds as good as it does. I do hope Porsche follow up on this kind of car with something even better. They've clearly shown that they can be a world beater before and since with this. Quite frankly, surprised it took them so long between the Carrera GT and this to bring a mid-engined supercar out, because they're clearly good at it. Because that Carrera GT was also fantastic with that V10 engine. And now they've brought out this, which is even better. Despite the four-wheel drive on this, it still likes to drift. Shows that Porsche isn't all about serious driving. But once again, the driver tiles on Bernie's apps are failing to impress. Whee! All the way drifting now. So yeah, I think this is about 20 races, I think, this Anthology, I'm not sure. We're a bit sketchy on the details when announcing it all. Now, however long it is, I'm sure as hell going to enjoy it, because, like I said, I've been enjoying Porsches now more than ever. Oopsie daisy. It's a bit too fast in that to that corner. There we go. I love the fact that I went for a naturally aspirated V8 as well, not just reined it in terms of the sound with turbos. But then again, that hybrid technology sure as hell gives it the extra boost that it needs, so it doesn't need turbos at all. Right, nearly done. I imagine this is an introductory race and there might be more events at certain cars later. Whoa! No, you don't. I'm going to rewind that, sorry. Me getting overzealous with the drifting on this because I do like to... just likes to stick its tail out a lot. Rewind a bit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. A bit more. No, it's a fuss, but it's worthwhile. Surprised how much it likes to slide, considering it has all-wheel drive. But it's a win nonetheless after a bit of a rewind. I have to say the 911 Turbo S from 2014 suffers from the same kind of drifting.
You've completed your first race. You've unlocked your next car and won mods that will help you in future races.
Cool. Also unlocked an achievement as well. Guess that's another thing that's been added.
The Porsche Anthology spans 60 years of Porsche history, grouped into 3 eras. In each era, you'll compete in a series of races that highlight innovations, iconic models, and motorsport success of the time. Then we'll deep dive into every car, learn what made each one legendary and unique, and experience them all on track. Let's get started by selecting the first era.
Ah, so it's split up like the stories of motorsport on the main campaign. So, the origin.
As a young man, Ferdinand Porsche searched for his dream car. Something light, reliable, and agile. Something to win races. When he realized that no car existed to meet his expectations, he built his own, the Porsche 356. From the very first race, everyone could see Porsche had created something special. There was beauty in the simple, flowing lines, wrapped around incredibly reliable mechanicals. It was an instant success. With race wins their sole method of advertising, Ferdinand needed a signature car to succeed the 356. The successor would be known by its chassis name and become legendary, the Porsche 911. Select the Early Years series to learn more about this group of cars. These cars in this series represent the early years for Porsche, where they experimented with various forms of motorsport, from road rally to Formula One. Porsche was...
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to skip that because I had to say something myself. Why they clearly know that the 911 was a success and needed to be a success from the start. So why haven't they put an old 911 in the game? It's only got the turbo in this from 1982, and then that's the oldest one. So it's a bit annoying. That's all I've really got to say,
Your
really.
next race will be at Circuit de Prague, a city course, with narrow streets and bridges that will test your driving precision.
Yeah, it's just a bit annoying that they haven't put an old 911 in, because they have had old 911s before in games. In Forza Motorsport 4 there's one from the 70s, and I love driving that thing, so yeah, it's a shame. I wish they had put more old ones in, and the fact that there's only 21 compared to I think there was 30 in the Forza 4 expansion for Porsche just seems a bit trimmed down. I mean, this granted does have all the campaign etc on it, and it is all in Forza Vista as well, which Forza 4 never had.
The
I don't think
Striking
anyway.
356 was Porsche's first production model, a lightweight car with luxury options for the road. So to prepare the car for the racetrack, Porsche maintained the outward good looks but re-engineered everything under the skin.
Cool, right, let's get going. Maybe they'll put more Porsches in the game with a future car pack, I don't know. But I would like an older 911. Just feels a bit incomplete from not having one from where they started. But at least we get to drive around in these little beauties. I like how we're all stock as well. So yeah, don't expect us to break 100 mile an hour. Whoa, that guy was sliding all over then. Because these cars can do 100 mile an hour, though I tried to do one on the 1 mile drag strip on the test track, and I didn't even get to it on that 1 mile. I got to 98 mile an hour. So yeah, we don't certainly don't have a 1 mile long straight on this track. To admit, for a car that has 60 horsepower, they're not slow in relative terms. If you look at other cars with the same amount of power, they are a lot faster than them. I guess that comes down to the fact that it doesn't really weigh anything. Where are you going? You've got a car with barely any horsepower and you're still spinning out now. Dear me, driver tars. Let's go inside. I love how simple it is in this car. There's literally no frills whatsoever in this car. Oh, we hit 90 mile an hour there. Guess when you got a car that drives as well as this, you don't really want any distractions. I'd love to drive one of these down a B road. Don't have all that high of a speed limit, but it'd still no doubt be fun, because it's certainly fun only doing about 70 mile an hour. To the finish line. Oh no, we've got another lap to go yet. Forgot it was 3 laps. Oop, I beat someone and I improved my lap back time by 6 seconds plus. Pretty sweet. Whoa. Kind of soft suspension, really doesn't like the bumps. I am glad they put cars in that on the older side, because I'd never heard of this car before. The oldest Porsche I'd heard of is the 550 Spider, which is also on the game. And that's only because that was on previous Forza Motorsports. Yeah, Glad they put this on, because I've never heard of it before. Which kind of shows how much I really neglected Porsches in general. Never really paid them all that much attention, but now I'm glad that I have buying this expansion. Well and truly beat that lot. There we go. I really do like driving that car stock. I know it might sound weird, like driving a 60 horsepower car, but it's just so much fun. So yeah, there we go. We've done the first race of the Origin. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.